Okay, so got a different kind of video today, guys. So I've been seeing a lot of videos around the internet of people being like top 10 Pokemon or whatever I don't want to see in Galar, Pokemon that I would remove, whatever. Obviously we know the National Dex is not coming back to Sword and Shield, and that means that a lot of the Pokemon won't be appearing either. And I think it's like a nice general guess that we're going to be losing around 50% of the Pokemon. So that's why I'm going to dub this video the Thanos snap. Haha, it's really so funny and quirky and relevant. Yeah, so there's this website called Pokedex Tracker, and it's actually a website that you use to keep track of your living dex. So I thought it would be a good idea to use this website to check off Pokemon that I think won't fit in Galar, I guess. I'm just gonna take a stab. I guess it's like a prediction video. I don't know where to really, because like I could do my personal ones that I want to see, but then I also kind of want to keep it realistic. And then there is already a confirmed list of Pokemon that are in the games, so I can't get rid of those. Like Butterfree's confirmed. I personally wouldn't really care if Butterfree is in the game or not, but it's already confirmed, so I can't really Thanos snap it if it's already there. So I'm not sure how many Pokemon we're going to try and keep. And I just realized this would have been a much smarter idea if I, before recording this, selected all the Pokemon that had already been confirmed, so I don't have to do it mid-video. Alright, so I think for the most part, I've got everything that is confirmed ticked off. 161 Pokemon, I think. I'm pretty sure that's the confirmed number. These are all the confirmed Pokemon in Sword and Shield. Now, you may be wondering, how do we know? This is just from gameplay trailers and stuff. So, for example, we've seen Charizard in the trailer, so that means we can assume that Charmander and Charmeleon are there also. That's just what people are assuming. Personally, I wouldn't be against Pokemon not having a full evolutionary lines. If Charizard is the only thing you can find in Galar, you can't find Charmander and Charmeleon, you know, if that saves space for, you know, I wouldn't be against it. Obviously, I don't want every pre-evolution to be taken out, like, they do serve purpose, but like, you know, you could find wild Charizards in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, so like, I wouldn't be against having only Charizard, for example. Caterpie, he's a classic, he's kind of got to stay. So yeah, these are the ones that are already confirmed. That's gonna go towards the total. So I guess what we're gonna do for the rest of this is, so there is currently a total of 807. This doesn't have Meltan and Melmetal on here. So there's 809 Pokemon. So if I cut that in half, that's like what, 403 Pokemon. So the plan today is to get it so we've caught 405 Pokemon maybe. I might go a bit higher, but yeah, this is going to be an incredibly difficult video to do. But I wanted to try it. I wanted to take a stab because I think it's definitely an interesting thing to talk about. Now, the reason why I personally think that I mean, there's many reasons as to why this is happening, but the one I personally think is because, well, besides the lack of time to actually finish it and all this other stuff, I think it's because there's just a lot of repetition when it comes to Pokemon. Like in Gen 1, there is Pidgey, Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot, Spearow and Fearow, and Dodrio and Doduo. That are all normal flying type birds. That's just... how many Pokemon? Math. Seven Pokemon that are the same types and generally, for the most part, kind of serve the same purpose. Dodrio's a bit faster. Fearow is just the worst one of the... Fearow gets Drill Run. He gets Drill Run. So, like, to me, it would just make sense to only have one of those lines out of the whole... as the whole bunch. And, you know, Pidgey is a classic. But I'm not sure, because we've got Hoot Hoot. Hoot Hoot's confirmed. And I'm just like, that's another normal flying type. Like, you see the problem here? There's just so many, like, duplicate Pokemon that, for the most part, besides aesthetics, serve the same role, I guess. I'm not saying there can't be more than one normal flying type, but if I were Game Freak, I would only have one of those 3 lines from Kanto. And there's actually a lot of people going around being like, oh, but they're gonna have all the Kanto Pokemon. They had all the models in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, so of course, all 150 Pokemon from Kanto are gonna be in there, 151. And I just don't see that. I just don't see it happening, because yeah, they've got the models or whatever and stuff, but I genuinely think they do want to make a good experience just with a set region of Pokemon. And you know, previous games in the past, besides actual Kanto games, haven't had all the Kanto Pokemon. Like, you know, Hoenn, I mean, they had all the Kanto Pokemon there, but in the regional decks of Hoenn, they didn't have all the Kanto Pokemon. They've never had all the Kanto Pokemon unless it's a Kanto game. So I don't see them having all Kanto Pokemon and then just a few from other regions here and there. I don't see us getting... part of me does want to say we'll get all the starters, but like, do it this way. So we're on Generation 8 right now, and with each generation you get 9 Pokemon from the starters. You get 3 for water, 3 for fire, 3 for grass. So if we do, that's 9 Pokemon. 9 times 8, that's 72 Pokemon. 72 Pokemon out of a potential, we're just gonna guess, 400. That's a lot of Pokemon. I don't see them having all the starter Pokemon in this game. Because yeah, starter Pokemon are popular, but I think they want us to focus on the new starter Pokemon. So I don't know if they're gonna do like 1 starter Pokemon per generation, or if they're like, you know, 1 set of starter Pokemon per generation, or if they're just gonna choose fan favorites for now. But like, the thing is, eventually the other starter Pokemon are gonna have to appear in other games anyway. So I don't think they're just gonna do the Charmander line and then the new ones. I think there maybe will be other ones here and there. As for now, I think I'm just gonna leave this here. I'm stuck between Pidgey and Dodrio. I don't know which normal flying type line I want from Kanto. Part of me wants to say Pidgey, but we've already got Hoot Hoot, so I'm kind of feeling Dodrio, to be honest. Sandshrew and Sandslash, I feel like they're too iconic to go. We're gonna mark those as they're gonna come. Let's get into this now. Zubat, Golbat, and Crobat, they're pretty unique. They're poison flying types. They're not bad, but they're not, you know, overpowered. So I could see them, you know, plus Crobat. Let me get Crobat up in this. Plus Crobat. Let's just get those guys up in here. When it comes to grass poison, we don't have any selected yet, so I could maybe see the Gloom line. Meowth, I feel like the game, as much as I don't really like Meowth, I think realistically we're probably going to get it, especially because leaks, spoilers by the way, Gigantamaxing, they said there's going to be a Gigantamax form of Meowth, so we're probably going to have Meowth. When it comes to Psyduck and Golduck, they don't really bring anything new to the table that other water types, you know, would. I guess wouldn't bring. Like, for example, we've got Goldeen and Seaking. They're like on the same level as Psyduck and Golduck. Like, we've already got a pure water type for the generation. I don't really think we need another one when it comes to Psyduck and Golduck. I think Tentacruel and Tentacruel, they're pretty unique Pokemon. I could see them being useful in like competitive battling. The Geodude line, they're pretty like, the Geodude line, okay, I'm trying to break this down the best way I can. The Geodude line are iconic, but we already have confirmed that Roggenrola and Boldore are actually going to be in the games, and Gigalith. And they're basically the 5th gen versions of those Pokemon. And yeah, they're different types. You know, Gigalith is just a rock type, and Geodude and Golem are rock and ground. But I think they've already kind of had their highlight with having an Alola form and everything, so I just don't think they're going to get used in these games at all. I could be wrong, obviously this is just speculation. Mankey and Primeape, I think there's just a lot of like pure fighting types. Like, I don't really see them coming either. I'm really yeah, we'll bring Oddish Blue and Vileplume. I like those guys. Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff, they're normal fairy, which is actually quite a unique type. As much as I hate Igglybuff as well, I could actually see it coming along. The Nidoran line as well, they're pretty unique. They're poison ground. Man, this is tough. I want to bring the Nidos. I think the Nidos would come. I think, like, I do think a good chunk of Kanto Pokemon will come. I just don't think all of them are going to. So I'll bring the Nidos, and then this is, oh man, this is so tough. We're just gonna leave Bellsprouts. We'll bring the Vileplume instead of Bellsprout. We've already got Growlithe as a pure fire type, so I don't think Ponyta is gonna come. Farfetch'd, there's rumors of him having a a form, and that's another normal flying type, but there's rumors of him having a form. Plus, they've been trying to make Farfetch competitively viable for years, so I don't think it would hurt to, like, even if he doesn't have a form or whatever, it wouldn't hurt to bring him over and give him a little bit of spotlight now that a lot of the bigger threats of the games are gone. Dugong and Seal, another ice water type. Grimer, I feel like, part of me is like, you can't bring one without the other, you know, like Grimer and Muck and Coughing and Wheezing, they're kind of like a duo. But I also, I could just see them bringing one or the other, like maybe just bring Coughing and Wheezing, because Grimer and Muck already had Alolan forms last generation, so maybe this time, I'm not sure. I don't want to stick around Generation 1 too much. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, we've already got confirmation that Sokka is going to be in the game. And we don't have confirmation that Throw is going to be in the game, but it's one of those things where it's like, I think Throw will probably be in the game because Sock's in the game. Like, it's, you know, you can't have one without the other, because they are literally like, you know, you can't have Hitmonlee without Hitmonchan. But I don't know. I think they're trying to give representation to later generation Pokemon. It's just, I don't know, maybe I'm just wishful thinking. Chansey, I mean, it is pretty, I mean, Chansey's tactic is pretty like, now, you know, it's like, yeah, it's especially, really especially bulky, but not physically bulky. Yeah, cool. Staryu and Starmie, they're pretty good, so I don't really see them coming. Scyther, I do like Scizor, but he's kind of like one of those Pokemon, it's like, he's really, really good, so maybe they're not going to bring him over. Lapras and Ditto, I think they'll bring those, yeah. And we'll probably just revisit this a few times, obviously. I really do want to see Dragonite and all that, those guys return, because I really do like them, but I don't think they're going to bring all the pseudos. Not sure. I could see Dragonite, Dragonair, and Dragonite, Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite though. Mewtwo, I think it would be silly for them not to bring Mewtwo. He's just like, you know, when it comes to like the 4 Pokemon you first think of, Squirtle, Pikachu, Mewtwo, Charizard. I don't know why I said Squirtle before Charizard. But those are like the 4 iconic Pokemon in my opinion. So, you know, you gotta have Mewtwo. Especially because of that new Mewtwo movie that's coming out with Armored Mewtwo. I could see them doing a tie-in with that maybe. And yeah, I think I'm gonna come back to Gen 1 later. The thing is, so everybody's assuming that they're not gonna bring back all the legendaries. But I feel like they might do like some legendaries here and there. Because, like, there's a lot of legendary Pokemon. Like, what? Is it 10% of the Pokedex? 10% of the Pokedex is legendary / mythical / ultra beast, which is just legendary. That's a lot of Pokemon to just, I mean, that's a lot of Pokemon to cut out. And I think they will cut out a lot of them, but like if they cut out all of them in this game, then, you know, they're gonna have to bring some of them back for the next game. So I think they're gonna kind of do it in bursts, you know, like, oh yeah, here's like X amount of legendaries. Like they'll probably have Meltan, Melmetal in this game for sure. I think Mew and Mewtwo. They might do some other. I'm not sure exactly which ones. That's where I'm gonna struggle, is choosing the legendaries. I don't think we're gonna bring back the Ultra Beasts though. So I'm gonna take a stab and say that they're gonna bring back. Let's say they're gonna bring back one of the starter trios per gen. Let's do Totodile, because we've already got the Fire type in Charizard and Chikorita. Lol. Spinarak and Ariados, I feel like that's a Pokemon that they've really been trying to, I guess, be a viable Pokemon. So I could definitely see them bringing back Spinarak and Ariados, making them good. Xatu and Natu, pretty unique in the fact that they're Psychic Flying type. I really do like those Pokemon. Marill and Azumarill. Now, Azumarill's had such competitive prevalence that I just feel like they're not going to bring it back. Like, it's... Like, I'm taking their word that they really want to focus on making competitive battling better. And that doesn't just mean they're only going to bring back garbage mons. We've seen a lot of good Pokemon, like Tyranitar. He's confirmed. Azumarill is good, but it's not like, I guess, defining the meta game good. So I could, yeah, I'm going to bring Azumarill back. It's a Water Fairy type. We don't have too many of those, so that means we'll also bring back Azurill. Just assuming that they're going to have them. So far, we've got 199, 201 more to go, or 206, 7, whatever. This is difficult. Let's go Gligar and Gliscor because I really like them, and I just they could be like an alternative to Landorus because it's a ground flying type. Mareep, Flaffy, and Ampharos. So this is a tough one. So there's two things here. We've got Wooloo, so that's a reason why we wouldn't have Mareep. It's like, well, you know, we've already got Mareep. We've already got Wooloo. We don't need Mareep. But then on the other hand, it's like we've got Wooloo. So sheep are confirmed to be like a thing in Galar, so of course we're gonna have Mareep. I think Mareep will come. I think Mareep and Ampharos, because Ampharos, it's one of those Pokemon where it's like it became decent, but when it got a Mega, but then after that, you know, I think I could see Ampharos being like, you know, a mon that they bring over, even though they've already got a sheep. It's a completely different kind of sheep. Wooloo's meant to be the Route 1 rodent, I think. So obviously Ampharos is gonna be more powerful than whatever Wooloo evolves into. So it's, I don't know, Wooloo's not a replacement for Ampharos by any stretch of the imagination. Let's see, Girafarig, Pineco, Fortress. I think we do. I could see Pineco and Fortress, to be honest. We do need a Bug Steel type if we're not going to bring Scissor over. Politoed. I want to bring Politoed over so bad, but then that means I have to bring Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Poliwrath. I'll come back to that. I'm thinking about it. Teddiursa, Corsola. They've got Mantine. Mantine's already been confirmed. Sneasel and Weavile. Have I written down Weavile? I haven't written down Weavile. Yeah, if Sneasel confirmed, then Weavile is too. So yeah, I've probably missed one or two things. Something I really want them to do. We've not got a Route 1 rodent. Let's do Sentret for it. We didn't bring Rattata. Let's bring Sentret for it back because I want to see them be good. I want to see Furret be a good competitive Pokemon. I want to see Furret kick ass. Unknown, absolutely not. Murkrow, my boy. Do I want to see more Murkrow and Honchkrow? Absolutely. Let's get Honchkrow up in this. Of course, there'll be some personal bias here as to what I would like to see as well, but I'm trying to make this a realistic video, so we can look back on it and see how wrong or right I am. See if any of my predictions were correct. Phanpy and Donphan, I feel like they're quite unique mons. They're just pure ground type. Donphan learns Ice Shard. He's cute. As much as I'm not a huge fan of Houndour and Houndoom, I could definitely see them. It feels like a very British Pokemon. It's the Doberman. Its origin is from Germany. It's in Europe. The United Kingdom's in Europe. I don't think they're going to bring back Smeargle. I think everybody's sick of Smeargle. We also have to think about this from like a VGC standpoint as well. You know, I'm trying to think of meta-relevant Pokemon when it comes to VGC, and just think about the ones that were super polarizing. You know, like Smeargle. I just don't think they want any Smeargle. For some reason, I can kind of see them doing the legendary dogs somehow, the cats, whatever they are, legendary beasts. I feel like they could tie that in somehow. Maybe Celebi as well. I'm too scared to check those off. So with us having the other Blaziken's already had enough love. Would they bring back Marshtomp and a Mudkip? I don't know. I think Trico, Grovyle, and Sceptile would maybe be the most likely out of the three lines. This is just the way I'm doing it. This is just the way I think they might do it. They might not even bother with like any pattern like that. They might just be like, Generation 3 gets Swampert and Sceptile. Fuck Blaziken. Generation 2 gets nothing. We hate all of Generation 2 starters. Generation 4, all of them can come. Generation 1, all of them can come. They probably won't even have a pattern. I'm just trying to guess. I really like Lanoon and Zigzagoon, but I've already kind of selected with Sentret and Furret. So I'm probably just gonna leave those boys behind, sadly. Wurmple, Silcoon, Beautifly. We've already got Butterfree. We don't really need those. Seedot. I think they'll bring Cacturne and Cacnea over Seedot and Nuzleaf and Shiftry. Tailo and Swallow, again, it's just more repetition. Shroomish and Breloom, a fighting type mushroom, absolutely, yes, bring that. Nincada, Ninjask, and Shedinja. See, if they bring over Ninjask, it's literally just gonna be baton passing. Like, that's all Ninjask has ever been good for. So I kind of just don't see them doing that. Hey. Mawile. I love her so much, but she's not got her Mega anymore. God damn it. Aron, Lairon, and Aggron. So Pokemon Go's really skewed my view on these Pokemon. In Pokemon Go, Aggron is probably one of the worst. Like, it's just awful in Pokemon Go. And that just makes me not like him at all. Can I see Aggron? I could see Aggron walking around. I like Aggron. Yeah, I could see them walking around Galar. I could see a trainer with him. I could see it. I think we need a bit more steel type love. Because there's not that many steel types. Plusle and Minun. I love these guys. Just don't really see it. Do I? Actually, maybe, yeah. Maybe they would. Yeah, let's bring back Plusle and Minun. Let's bring back Meditite and Medicham. Because they're quite unique Pokemon. Let's bring Gulpin and Swalot. I think I can definitely see Gulpin and Swalot coming as well. Torkoal. Screw it, why not? Trapinch is confirmed, you guys. Flygon's confirmed, but Garchomp isn't. Flygon's confirmed, but Garchomp isn't. That's crazy. Cacnea and Cacturne, like I said, I could see those guys. Swablu, Altaria. It's another dragon, but Altaria already got a lot of love previously, you know. Lunatone and Solrock. Yeah, those guys can rest for now. Lileep and Credilli. I love them so much, but what are they going to do for fossils? Are they going to bring all the fossils back? Are they going to do some fossils? Or are they going to have Gen 7 fossils? Like, what's... let's just say... You know what, actually, yeah, let's go back to... Should we do the same thing with starters as we're doing with fossils? Like, should I bring back Kabuto and Kabutops? And not Amistar and yeah, let's do that. Let's just pick and choose the fossils, because we're biased. Cast form. Why do I feel like they're going to bring back Cast Form? Shuppet and Banette. They've already got Dusclops and Duskull. Do they want to bring Shuppet and Banette as well? Maybe. Disaster. Absol. I really like Gen 3 Pokemon. Huntail, Clamperl, Gorbis, Relicanth, Luvdisc. I want to see Bagon and Shelgon and Salamence. I don't want to... But they were so, like... polarizing when it comes to VGC, but then it's also because he had a Mega, so he's not got a Mega anymore, so he might not be as good. Metagross, on the other hand, is pretty just insane. Jirachi. I don't know what they're going to do for Legendaries. That's something I'm going to have to come back to, see how much spaces I've got. So when it comes to the Gen 4 starters, who can I see coming? I feel like Infernape. I think Infernape's the fan favorite. Torterra is cool too, but I see Infernape. Unless they make Scorbunny a firefighting type, then they might just say no. Big think. Yeah, let's just take it. Shinx and Luxio and Luxray, Staraptor, and they might bring, yeah, I think they could bring Starly, Staraptor, and Staravia. Cranidos and Shieldon, and Rampardos, let's bring Cranidos. Burmy, Wormadam. I quite like Mothim, but it's just another bug flying type. But then we've already got Vespiquen. Man, this is tight. Buizel and Floatzel. I would really like to see those guys get like more competitive use. Oh yes, Cherim and Cherubi. 100% want to see those guys get more competitive use. Don't even get me started on Shellos. You already know. Baneri and Lopunny. That's tight. Let's see how many Pokemon we've got so far. 256. This is so hard. Why did I do this? I hope you guys are enjoying the video, by the way. If you are, go ahead and feel free to drop a like. Gible, Gabite, and Garchomp. Now this is like the toughest question. It's like, will they bring back Gible, Gabite, and Garchomp? Because I love Gible. Garchomp is just the Swiss Army knife of Pokemon. That thing is mental. That Gible, Gabite, and Garchomp is... He's insane. With or without a Mega, he literally just needs to exist, and he will define the meta game. I don't think they're going to bring him back. I just don't. I think they might, if they're going to do Diamond and Pearl remakes next, they might just save him for that game. I don't think they're going to bring him back. As popular of a Pokemon as he is, yeah, I think I'll have that. Stunky and Skuntank, they're quite, we have skunks in the UK. Poison Dark type, it's quite a unique type. Let's take that. Spiritomb, I would love to see him, but yeah. Scroopy and Drapion. Croagunk and Toxicroak. I would absolutely love to see those guys. Finian and Luminion. Please make them good Pokemon. I love those little dudes. They're awesome. Let's see who's next. Just don't know what to do for the legendaries. Bring back Shaman. I can't. I'm not going to be biased. Okay, 5th gen starters. Snivy, Servine, and Serperior. Serperior is a royal Pokemon. This is kind of like a royal game. correlation, probably not. Patrat and Watchhog, we've already got Encino confirmed, so I can't really see that. Purloin, Lipard, Herdier, Lillipup, Herdier, and Stoutland, 100% I could see that because they're Scotty dogs. It's the game set in the United Kingdom. Scotland is in the United Kingdom. They're Scotty dogs. You gotta have a Scotty dog. You gotta. Blitzel and Zebstrika are some really cool Pokemon that I would really like to see actually usable or used in competitive, so that would be awesome to see those guys. We've already got Machamp confirmed, so I don't think we're gonna get Timber, Girder, and all of them. Drillbur and Excadrill are awesome, but I think with Tyranitar running around in the Galar region, they might be a bit insane, so I'm probably just gonna say no to those guys. Whirlipede, Venipede, and Scolipede, yeah, let's bring those guys. Those guys are decent. Cottony and Whimsicott, pretty good in VGC already. They're not like broken though, so I could see them coming back. Sandile, Crocodile, and Crocoroco, yeah, let's bring those guys. We've already got a Cactus and Cacturn, so Maractus doesn't really bring anything new to the table. Scrafty and Scraggy. Now, as biased as I am, it's the Galar region. We have Neds here in the UK. You guys want to know what a Ned is? It's a Chav, a Ned. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. Scrafty and Scraggy are this basically. You know, like the chavvy type of dudes. People that wear tracksuits. How do you explain this to people that aren't from the UK? These type of guys. These are Neds. You know, kids that sit outside drinking, hooligans. That's what Scrafty is. So I could see him being in the game. So one of the fossils, let's do Tortuga. As much as I like Archeops more, we'll do Tortuga. Zoroa and Zoroark, I feel like pretty big. Let's do Solosis, Delusion, and Reuniclus. Quite like them. Ducklet and Swanna, as much as I love you, I don't see it happening. Deerling and Sawsbuck, I could definitely see that happening. In the UK. Ferroseed and Ferrothorn, Clink, Clang, and Klinklang, no thanks. Please give me Tynamo, Electrike, and Electros. Those are more Pokemon that I think are really underrated, and I want to see them flourish. Algium and Behem, I'd love to see those guys do well as well. Fungus and Amoongus, quite big in VGC, but you know, it's another grass type, another grass poison type. Ferroseed and Ferrothorn, quite good in VGC as well. This is such a tough. Let's do Druddigan, 100%. Please give me Druddigan. I would be so happy. Mienshao and Mienfoo. Golett and Golurk, I could definitely see those guys as well. Bravery has been confirmed, which is, you know, America. Gotta get America up in there. Alright. Gen 6 starters. Is it even a question? I mean, I don't know. Actually, yeah, I can see Chestnut. So when it comes to the Pokedex number, we're at 300. Got another 100 to fill out. Okay, so we're not doing too badly because I started off with I guess with help. This video is going to be so long. I'm so sorry. Litleo and Pyroar, I can see those guys. Those guys are quite unique in terms of their typing and stuff. Is it even Sword and Shield if you don't have the Sword and Shield Pokemon? Come on now. Clauncher, Clawitzer, Dragalge, and Skrelp. I think Dragalge and Skrelp would get in. Helioptile and Heliolisk would probably get in too. Pumpkaboo and Gourgeist. We're gonna bring those. I think one of the Grass Ghosts are gonna make it. I just can't really decide which one. Probably Trevenant and Phantom. All right, the Gen 7 starter. I think I really want to bring Litten and Torracat and Incineroar because that's my favorite line personally. I think Rowlet, because owls. So let's do the Rowlet line, as much as it pains me. Toucanon, Gumshoes, yeah, I don't really see any of those guys coming over. Cutiefly or Bombi, absolutely. Rockruff and Lycanroc, yeah, let's bring those guys over too. Fomantis and Lurantis, as much as I would love to see them. We've already got Serena. And that's the thing I'm saying is I don't see them bringing over like a lot of things that are similar. Like Serena is similar to Lurantis. It's a grass type. It's physically attacking mainly. You know, they've got different things going on, but for the most part, they're fairly similar. And Serena's already been confirmed. I could see Shiinotic and Morlul. I would absolutely love to see those guys in. Salandit and Salazzle, of course I'd love to see them in. Do I though? Not sure about that one. Sandygast and Palosand. We have beaches. We have beaches in the UK. Let's bring them back. And then past this, we have Ultra Beasts. And then Alolan forms. So I don't see any of the Alolan forms coming back, sadly. As much as I love Raichu and Exeggutor, I would prefer Alolan Exeggutor over regular Exeggutor any day. Now that we're done with the main bulk, 322 is all I managed to come up with. We've got like another 80-ish to go. See, this is what I'm saying though, like, I'm completely fine. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm not really upset that I've lost, like, say, all the Pokemon that are in white, we won't have these anymore, and I'm just, or for this game at least, and I'm not heartbroken. As much as I love Mawile and Sableye, speaking of Sableye, he can come, I'm not like, I don't know, I'm like, okay with it. I'm not saying you have to be. I'm just like, it doesn't really bother me. So we're just gonna kind of go through and fill out a few more things, try and, I guess, weight up the number of Pokemon that we're bringing with us. Can I see Beldum and Metang? Nah, they can stay away. Let's bring Kricketune, and I would love to see those guys do well in competitive. Next we have Scroopy and Drapion are so cool, but I'm just trying to weigh out the types, you know. So when it comes to legendaries, man, should we bring back some legendaries? Because like I don't want to comment on if they're gonna bring back legendaries or not, because it's like, how do you incorporate that in the Sword and Shield storyline? Because obviously the Sword and Shield storyline is going to focus on the main legendaries in that game. And then are they going to do DLC for the other legendaries? Is it after game stuff? You know, are they going to do after game with something? Because I mean, Diamond and Pearl or Platinum had the after game where you just chased the legendary birds. So like they could definitely do something like that for this. So I'm just struggling to see a game without all the legendaries, you know. If you're gonna get some, you should be able to get them all. I know how weird that sounds coming from me, you know. As somebody that's okay with not all the Pokemon being there, I should be okay with doing this. But let's just take a stab. Let's say they're gonna have an Arceus event. I would like to see an Arceus event. I'd like to see Arceus, I guess, developed a bit more. And you can't have Arceus without Dialga and Palkia. And you can't have Dialga and Palkia without Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit. And I think Rotom's definitely going to be in the game. Yeah, we're gonna bring Rotom with us too. And as much as I love Secret Cresselia and Darkrai, they've already kind of I guess they've kind of already had their own thing, but then like it wasn't official, was it? Could I see Darkrai and Cresselia coming back? Yeah. See, the thing is, part of me also thinks that they're just going to save this for the Sinnoh remakes. So then like maybe none of this is going to happen at all because it's going to be in the Sinnoh remakes. Tough call. Let's focus on 5th gen legendaries for now, because they've got a lot of them. Reshiram, Zekrom, Kyurem. For 5th gen legendaries, I'm really hoping that they don't bring back Landorus. The legendary part is just really messing with me right now. This is what's going to take up the bulk of the video. Well, it's not, because the video for me is 45 minutes long. I'm going to have to cut it down. Let's say Meloetta. I would love to see Meloetta in the game. Genesect, should we... I'd love to see a bit more, I guess, expansion on Genesect. And to be honest, I think that's kind of all I'm really... I mean, I guess Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem I could maybe see. I'm not super concerned about them, though. I'd love to see a bit more expansion on Volcanion, Diancie, and Hoopa, to be honest. I mean, Hoopa kind of had his thing in Oras. Diancie got a Mega. Let's just do Volcanion. I don't want to bring too many legendaries, but I think they're definitely going to bring some. Zeraora is going to have something going on. Like they're going to have to do something for Zeraora. Ultra Beasts. We've just had these guys recently. And let's pretend Meltan and Melmetal are here also. Yeah, I think that's pretty much. Marshadow as well. Yeah, they might just do a bit more with Marshadow maybe. I feel like now they might actually bring back the original birds. Because they bring back the original birds, they might bring back Lugia with it. But then you can't have Lugia without Ho-Oh, and if you're going to bring back Ho-Oh, you need to bring back the dogs. There's just so many Pokemon that are linked to each other that way, you know? Will they bring back Ho-Oh and Lugia? I mean, it's Gen 2, you know? Yeah, let's just do it. I don't see us getting a Johto remake for a while, so let's just say they bring those guys back. Maybe with Celebi. We just recently had a Gen 3 remake, so I don't really see them doing too much with any of the legendaries, because they've already had Spotlight. Maybe they do something with Jirachi. Nah, maybe not actually. Yeah, let's just leave that the way it is. But then there's also part of me that thinks there should be some Gen 3 legendaries. There can't just be none, you know what I mean? Screw it, it's my list. There's none. So now that I've got some legendaries added, there's only 340. I'm struggling to do this. You know what? Let's bring Ekans, Arbok. Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff, and that means we'll have to bring Igglybuff. As much as I do wanna, yeah, let's bring Abra, Alakazam, and Kadabra. They're pretty iconic. And let's also bring Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Politoed, because I said I kind of wanted to bring him back too. Drowsy and Hypno can stay. Voltorb and Electrode, yeah, let's bring those. It's either going to be Voltorb and Electrode or a Moongus. They've got to have one of those, like, trap Pokeball things. Execute and Exeggutor, yeah, I could see it. Psychic Grass type, pretty cool type. I can definitely envision Lickitung and Licky. I know we've got quite a lot of normal types, but I think those are some ones that deserve a little bit more love. Magnemite and Magneton and Magnezone feel a bit too iconic to let them go as well. Oh yeah, because we brought back Gloom and all them, we have to bring back Blossom also. Sunkern and Flora, Hoppip, Skiploom, Juffluff. If we don't want to bring back Hoppip, Skiploom, and Jumpluff, I can see those guys coming through. Misdreavus. It's just another ghost type. Dunsparce. I'd love to see them do something with Dunsparce. Snubbull and Granbull, I can definitely see those guys as well. They're very, very British feeling. Quillfish, please do something for my boy. Slugma and Macargo, as much as I'm not a huge fan, I could see them coming as well. Bring back Poochyena and Mightyena, sure, let's just do that. Need some more dark type representation. Wishmer, Loudred, and Exploud. Yeah, over Slackoth and Vigoroth and all those guys, yeah, let's do that. Skitty and Dalcatty, I love those guys too. Volbeat and Illumise. I think they've been actually making efforts to make Volbeat and Illumise actually decent mons, so I could see them coming, as well as Carvanha and Sharpedo, especially if we're not going to have Greninja, which is a very bold move on my part. I know that already. Corphish and Crawdont, man, those guys. That's another ground type that they could do, or dark type that they could do. Tropius, I would absolutely love to see Tropius be useful. Same with Chimecho and Shingling. I'd love to see those guys be useful. Now that I've kind of got all the ones that I think make sense, I'm kind of just padding out with Pokemon I wouldn't be mad about seeing. Yeah, let's give Clamperl, Huntail, and Gorbis some light. And I kind of want to give. I don't really like those guys. Okay, Shinx, Luxio, and Luxray. Yeah, let's bring them back. Screw it. Everybody's gonna be mad at me if I don't. Damn, I didn't realize how many Pokemon Gen 4 didn't actually add. Didn't actually add that many. I guess I kind of selected a lot of them already. Gen 5. I don't want them to bring back the monkeys, but I feel like they're going to, just to piss everybody off. Misharna, Muna, these are pretty cool. Woobat and Swoobat. Yeah, let's bring Woobat and Swoobat back. We've already got Zubat and stuff like that though. It's a tough choice. Swaddle, Swadloon and Levani, Petlil and Lilligant. I really like those guys, but we've already got so many like good grass types. Darumaka and Darmanitan. I would love to see them, but I just don't see it happening. Yamask and Cofagrigus. Yeah, let's bring those guys back. Sure, why not? It's just instinct at this point, you know? It's why I'm Team Instinct, guys. Carablast and Escavalier. Those guys are really cool too. But like, if you're gonna have, yeah, let's bring Shelmet, Iselgor, Escavalier, and Carablast. I could see those guys coming back. Cubchoo and Beartick. Let's make those guys actually useful. Let's do it. Stunfisk. Stunfisk. Ponyard and Bisharp. I feel like they're very UK-ish Pokemon. So let's bring those back too. Heatmore and Durant. Nah, they can stay. You can keep it. Okay, on to Gen 6 again. Flabébé, Flobat, Florges. I can see those guys 100%. Skidoo and Go-Go, they can stay back. Binacle and Barbaracle, I'd love to see them expand upon those guys, make them a little bit better maybe. How are we doing for numbers? 404. Perfect. So, we did it. We successfully Thanos snapped about half the Pokemon. So all the ones that are in white are the ones that I think, personally, won't be coming back for Sword and Shield. I know this was a lengthy video. If you sat through it all, I want to say thank you. Let me know what you think about my list. Do you think my idea of what they're gonna do is accurate? Do you like the Pokemon I chose? I mean, obviously there's a few favorites for me that I would really like to bring back, like Scizor. I don't know. I've got a feeling that Scissor's not gonna make it. Yeah, thanks so much for watching is all I can say. I know it was a long video, but I thought it would be fun to make. Just so I can look back on this and be like, wow, I was so wrong, or wow, I was so right. I want to try and make this like an easier Dinos, Waylaus, and Hydreigon. They were confirmed already, weren't they? Huh. I personally wouldn't have chose them. There's so many pseudo-legendaries. I feel like they're not going to bring back Salamence. I can see them bringing back Oricorio. No, they're not going to bring back Oricorio. It's very, very gimmicky. Maybe Crabominable though. Yeah, 406 now. I'm just having one last quick look before we wrap it up. Minior maybe. Could see Minior, maybe Turtonator. I don't know. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Obviously they might even have more Pokemon than this, to be honest. This is just like, if I were to, I guess, have the bare minimum, this is kind of what I would want. You know, I guess this is 406 on top of whatever they add. So if they added this Pokemon I chose, plus the extra like 80 to 90 to 100 that new Pokemon they add, that will be 500-ish Pokemon. That's a decent amount to work with. Yeah, this video is really long though. I'm gonna have to shut up and stop talking. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.